right, Ross Devonport of Rugby FL here with Gavin McLeavy, head coach of the St. Thomas University Bobcats rugby team, and Welton, you're going to have to pronounce your last name for me because I'm not even going to attempt it.
Charumbira.
Whatever Welton said. Welton's starting fly half and the star of this Bobcats team, which has taken the Lauderdale rugby scene by storm over the last couple of years. Gavin, talk about the season so far. Obviously undefeated in FCC Division 1 play at top of the table. How's the season gone so far for you and the boys?
Yeah, pretty well, mate. As expected, I'm trying my best to rotate sort of the B squad into the first team to get lots of experience. The lads have been playing phenomenally well. We're a little harsh on them, I'll be fair. To be honest with you, they're probably not happy with the conversations that we're having with them after games. But we're just trying to get them to the next level. So even though we're winning by sometimes big margins, we're just being picky and trying to get them to the right spot. And then rotating 4 or 5 B team players in for every game gives those lads some experience. So with the quite blunt objective of getting to the end of the season when we go to state finals, national finals, those lads that might be needed from the B squad due to injuries can step in because they know what's going on, they know the systems. That's the pure objective of it.
How are the numbers at the moment overall for you guys?
I think we've got 50 lads registered, 50 something maybe. Got another crop of guys coming in next fall. Already got about 6 or 7 committed. And maybe aim towards about 20 guys total coming in. Like, for example, Welton is going into his senior year next year. He was one of my original kids. Actually, it might have been my first signing, I think, weren't you? So he's becoming a senior. So, we need to get ready for that. That's a big deal for us, big transition.
And obviously, the goal this year is to win as many championships as you can, but obviously bigger goals for St. Thomas as a program after that. Talk about a little bit about next year and beyond for you guys.
So, yeah, we've pretty much been sort of, thumbs up for moving into D1A next year. Not sure if we'll go Rugby East or Independent. Now, recent movements and stuff, so one or the other, we're not sure. But that's pretty much done. And then now we've got the girls' team up and running as well. We've got the women's team played their first game last week against FIU and UM. So obviously that's kind of 25% of my day at this point.
It's exciting stuff. Yeah, the women's side, obviously something you've been wanting to get going since that first year. Now, it's taken a little longer than the boys, but yeah, talk about the progress of the girls, how many you've got at the moment, and looking towards next year with them as well.
Yeah, there's about 10 to 13 girls out there every couple of nights, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then we're looking at, I've already got a couple of girls sort of advanced through the application process for August, hoping to get to 30, maybe a bit ambitious, but definitely be able to put a 15 squad in for next fall or spring or whenever the next women's season is. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Talk about the scene behind us. I'm not sure how much Charlie can see. We got the barbecue going on with the boys. Big game tomorrow up at UCF. Talk about that one.
Yeah, UCF obviously is always a bit of a threat, right? They're never a poor team. So we've kind of got one eye on that, and I figure if I've got them here feeding them in the evening, then they can't go out and get in trouble. Therefore, they'll be in good shape tomorrow. A few burgers, hot dogs, sausages, all that kind of stuff.
There you go. Well, we're going to let Gavin back to his barbecue grill as the head chef here in the parking lot here at, I don't even know what we call this place now. Chase Field, we'll call it Chase Stadium here. But now we're going to talk to this gentleman who, if those of you that know a little bit about Florida college rugby, this man's name is being mentioned as a potential professional down the road here. Welton, St. Thomas University 10. Welton, how are we doing?
Very well. Pretty good night.
So this is your junior year now, and so one more year left at St. Talk about the experience so far of being you're originally from Zimbabwe, a long way from home here in Miami, Florida. Weather's not too bad, but yeah, talk about your experience so far in your nearly 3 years now at St. Thomas.
Yeah. Initially I was terrified. Like you said, it's a long way from home, so it was a pretty good big change. But I think I've grown immensely as a person, as a rugby player. But I think I've learned a lot on the way, and all credit to these guys. I've learned some of the most important things in my life from these guys, and I continue to grow in that and to learn from them. So it's been a hell of a journey, and kind of sad it's coming to an end, but I've got one more year, so I plan on making the most of that 1 year.
And talk about what you've seen in this program under Gavin. Obviously, first year, everybody was a little unsure what we were going to see, the first real true varsity program in Florida, and Gavin's obviously taking it to the next level here in these 3 years. Talk about the progress you've seen in this program.
I mean, it's easy to look at progress as just the players and the team, but I think the coaches too, they've really upped their game this year. Coming from last year, I think the expectations have gone through the roof, like Gavin said as well. A lot of harsh conversations after games, but ultimately the boys know and they understand it's all for the betterment of the team. So we're all getting better by the day. Every single day we're all fine-tuning the fine little details and we're getting a lot better. I really appreciate it, and I think it's something I didn't see coming. My first year, I'll be quite honest, we had days we showed up and it's 5 guys in training and 3 of them don't know what's going on. So it's been a hell of a change. Great environment to be around, but I think absolutely it's been a really, really good journey.
Yeah, obviously come a long way under, Gavin. As somebody that's been here since the start, how would you sell St. Thomas to somebody perhaps on the other side of the world watching this, saying, if I want to come play at St. Thomas, what is it all about?
I think it's quite literally I'm from Zimbabwe. We've got a bunch of guys from Argentina, a bunch of guys from England. It's literally a mix of everything. I think honestly, if that's not inviting enough, it's Miami. Come down and it's Miami. You'll have a great time. I promise you that much.
That's for sure. Just got to behave yourself off the pitch, I know. Well, what's in the future here? Welton, one more year here at St. Thomas, and then what are you going to get up to?
Hopefully to play professional rugby. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little boy. So to play professional rugby would ultimately be the dream, and to carry on with my studies. I'm hoping to get a master's in maybe chemistry or chemical engineering. So I'll just keep that in mind, but playing rugby has been a big goal of mine, and I think now it's starting to materialize, so I'm excited for that.
Awesome stuff. Before we go, I know you guys had a real test a couple of weeks ago, went up to play live at Marietta, obviously one of the premier rugby college programs in America. You guys had a bit of a wake-up call, but talk about that game, what you guys learned, and how you think that'll prepare you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, surely that game was a wake-up call. There's nothing short of it. It was a pretty great experience for the guys that played. But I think more than anything for our program, it really gave us a good benchmark of what we need to do, the work that we need to do. And I mean, the day immediately after coming back, the Monday, we got right to work, and loads of things changed, and we're continuously getting better. I think that game probably was the best thing that happened to us, and hard as it was, I think credit to the boys that played. Loads of them put their hands up and gave a phenomenal performance in a game that was that big. It was a mountain of a game, and they stood up and they stood tall. So I'm very proud of those boys for that. And as coaches, I'm sure they learned a lot from this game as well. As players, as a leader myself, I took a whole lot of lessons from it. So it's a game we're more thankful than not.
Awesome. The big game tomorrow against UCF. So good luck tomorrow, Welton, up there in Orlando. Thanks for chatting with us at Rugby FL, and best of luck the rest of the way. Thank you.
Sir. Have a good night.